for our deceased members. Дякую, вічна пам'ять. Тепер починаємо звітами. Сьогодні ви будете ласка чути всі головні звіти керівництва нашої федеральної кредитової спілки. Мій звіт є на першій сторінці, на другій сторінці. І, будь ласка, ви можете собі прочитати. Я не буду брати цей час, бо тепер ми є behind the schedule. Дуже цікавий звіт. Головне, що ми мали дуже добрий рік. Цілі, які були подані нам через наш стратегічний план, були виконані, деякі були перевиконані. Завдяки завдяки вашій support, як вони кажуть, до нашої кредитової спілки. Так що я хотів очікувати одно, що I am proud that we have accomplished many of our goals and our strategy together. I'm even more excited about the future. There are certain times coming that are facing us with the economy, inflation, many uncertainties. But I believe, що ми перемогли ці uncertainties, тому що ми маємо a very, very good team in place. We have a great organization, we have a great staff, and we have great members. Your membership, your loyalty to us over the years has made us what we are. And I'm very, very thankful for that point. I would also like to thank you, our members. The credit union could not have achieved this success without your help, support, and loyalty. I would also like to acknowledge all of the pioneers, past school officials, employees, volunteers, board members. We've added this year 2 associate board members, Rostislav Melnik and Olga. She's here. Is Olga here? Why don't you stand up? This is our new generation program. And we also added a newest board member who's he's not too old either, but he's been around with a lot of knowledge, and that's Mr. Milinkovic. And again, the thanks go out to everybody, those who are currently working and those who are no longer with us. We will also and always be appreciated and remembered for the vital role to our growth. Lastly, I would like to express my gratitude and appreciation to the Board of Directors, Supervisory Committees, Scholarship Committees, Community Branch Relationship Committees, Executive Management Team, our staff, our partners, sponsors for their continuous contributions and support. І так само між нами є гості від наших 14 філій в Америці. Це є Каліфорнія, Сакраменто, Орегон, Портленд, це є так само Сіетл, Вашингтон, це є South Carolina, North Carolina, Boston, not Boston, but Buffalo, Syracuse, and Rochester. So all of the representatives from those areas, can you please stand? Again, thank you very, very much for serving our members in those remote areas out of Rochester. You have a tough job there, and you're doing a very good one at growing our membership. Thank you. And then last but not least, I congratulate all of our members on the happy 70th anniversary. And again, Nohe Gita and Slava Ukraini. Moving on, seeing how quickly I did mine, I call on our CEO, Mr. Oliver Beck.
Дорогий пане Василь, мій звіт є на 5-й, на 6-й і на 7-й сторінці вашого журналу, так що, якщо що хоче прочитати цілий з'їзд, ви можете прочитати його зараз, або коли прийдете додому, і вам хочеться спати, то можете читати якісь з'їзд. I'll just tell a summary of my report, which is on pages 5, 6, and 7 of our magazine. First of all, I'd like to thank all of you for coming to our anniversary and to our annual meeting. I wanted to give special thanks to the church and pastor Олег Польович, дякую, що ви нас тут прийняли, дякую, що приготували гарну їжу і за всю роботу, що ви зробили для нашої бібліотеки. Ми вам дуже вдячні. Також хотів подякувати всім нашим директорам. I want to thank our board members for the guidance of our curriculum to our successful year 2022 and future years. I also wanted to thank our employees that are present here and those that are not present here, especially one and two-man show of Polis and Alena and Катя, дякую, що ви приготували також до цих зборів підготувалися, і всім нашим працівникам також там координували. Дякую за те, що ви це організували, це було дуже добре. In general, talking about 2022, we are reporting 2022 now. The year started before February, the year started really well on the optimistic note. We were hoping that the pandemic is over and the inflation didn't start yet, so we were hoping for a very successful 2022. And unfortunately, on February 24, 2022, all those optimistic thoughts were gone because Russia invaded Ukraine and the full-scale war started. It changed a lot of things for us. Not only we were worrying about people in Ukraine, about the country of Ukraine, we were also facing the economic crisis in many countries, the financial crisis, the inflation. So overall, in spite of that, our country had a good financial year. And in addition to that, I'm not going to repeat all the numbers, and we'll have our treasurer also speak. I wanted to say that our credit union employees, the credit union in general, and our foundation, did all we could do to help our brothers and sisters in Ukraine. Initially, when the war started, we waived all the transfer fees to Ukraine. So everybody who was sending money to help Ukrainians, we didn't charge any fees, and that was hundreds of thousands of dollars that we saved to our members to send this money to Ukraine. Also, our credit union donated $72,000 directly to our foundation, and that foundation distributed these funds to the local organizations in Rochester, in other cities where we have branches, to send humanitarian aid and medical supplies to Ukraine. So we are very thankful to our community for support, and we're very thankful to the organizations and leaders of those organizations that help in Ukraine in these difficult times. And we recognize Volodymyr Pavlyuk today. He's a great leader of our local Rock Maidan. Thank you very much for your work, and thank you for the work that your team does every day, every week to help Ukraine and send these necessary funds and supply to Ukraine. Looking ahead, just a few words about future. As we move forward, we have a commitment to ensure that our credit union has a long-term financial stability and sustainability. That's the first thing. We have to be financially stable to make sure that we continue be successful and we help our community. Second of all, we have to embrace innovation and technology to provide modern and convenient banking services. Our members are asking for that, our new generation of members are asking for that, and even people who come from Ukraine with these new programs, U4U and through the parole, they're expecting a higher level of technology because in Ukraine the banking system is on a very good technological level, so we'll be working through on that. We will also invest in our team, equipping them with the tools and training needed to deliver great member experience, great member service. And most importantly, we'll be supporting our community, our organizations that work with local community and organizations that help Ukraine. So thank you again for coming, thank you for your support, and the more people come to the credit union for their services, the more successful the credit union is, and the more funds we can deliver to our community, help our community, and help those organizations that help Ukraine. Definitely.
Before we move on to our next presenter, our treasurer, I'd just like to take a side note right now. Our good neighbor from Canada, Taras, mentioned this earlier, and what he mentioned was that this year there's a worldwide credit union association. It's called WUCO, and they offer Distinguished Service Awards. About 4 years ago, the Central of Ukrainian Cooperatives, which I was a part of, received the Distinguished Service Award in Vienna. This past year, just recently I should say, the Distinguished Service Award for the individual was given to our CEO, Oleg Lebedko. There were over 2,000 people in the audience, and then as the countries from about 80 different nations parade through the hall, Ukraine's flag was coming. As soon as Ukraine's flag was going through the audience, everybody in the audience stood up. It was such a remarkable feeling of unity and support for Ukraine. So Taras was there, and that's how we built our relationship. But again, remarkable how our Rochester Ukrainian Credit Union and its members and its neighbors are always in the spotlight because we're blessed and we're doing the right thing. All right, having said that, I'm going to call up our treasurer, Barbara Gutierrez, to give you your finances.
Hello, everyone. So I am pleased to provide our members with an outstanding 2022 Treasurer's Report for the Ukrainian Federal Credit Union. UFCO continues to serve our members financial resources and be a trusted partner. In 2022, UFCO finished with a net income of $2.8 million. The credit union size is measured by total assets, which increased 31 million, or equivalently 9%, to 373 million. Our credit union continues to be considered well capitalized as a measure by NCUA, which is a net worth ratio at almost 8%. This measure represents a high level of safety and soundness and offers added protection to the possibility of any unforeseen losses. Additionally, net worth provides UFCO with the capability to offer new and enhanced future services, an extensive branch network, as well as the opportunity to support strong future growth. Similar growth was experienced in member shares, which increased by 18.5 million. Loan growth was exceptionally solid, with loan balances increasing 38 million, or 13.5%, to 317.3 million. In 2022, UFCO served over 25,000 members, a 12% increase from the prior year, through online transactions, share branching, and they have 13 branches located throughout the country. UFCO continued to support our communities through the lending of 96 million in member business loans, of which 47 million in commercial loans and 25 million in church loans. Commercial loans represented 42% and church loans were 26% of our portfolio. The consumer loan growth stemmed from member demand for home equity lines of credit, which increased by almost 36%. Another leading contributor of loan growth was an increase in new and used car loans, which grew by 12.8% and 4.7% respectively. Despite that rising interest rate environment, we attribute our loan growth largely to streamlined lending processes and the attractive rates we offer our members. We continue to experience growth in many areas in 2022 while maintaining stability and financial strength. We provide outstanding service and exceptional value to our members despite the challenging interest rate environment by keeping our expenses low. Challenges are almost always a given, and this year we overcame many while moving the credit union forward. UFCO remains your trusted financial partner, keeping your needs our highest priority. You can count on your credit union to provide a wide range of loans and deposit products to help you achieve your financial goals. We are thankful you are a part of our growing cooperative, thankful for your loyalty and dedication, and thankful for you choosing Ukrainian Federal Credit Union.
Дякую, Barbara. А тепер почуємо звіт з комітету зв'язків з громадою. This is the community relations report. We would ask Mr. Zagrachich and Mr. Fityak.
Thank you everybody, report of our committees on page 12 and 13. So if you have time before tonight, all see also, so as you can read it. I would just like to add a couple of words. So first of all, кажучи всіх наших менеджерів, всіх наших філій, я прошу передати слова подяки всім волонтерам на місцях наших філій, тому що мало того, що вони є члени нашої політики, вони ще й волонтери і багато свого особистого часу приділяють і презентують нашу фінансову організацію між нашими громадами і громадськими організаціями. 22-й звітній 2022 рік був важкий для нашої батьківщини України, і ми, як фінансова організація федеральна, ви знаєте, ми не мали можливості такої, щоб ми допомагали, скажімо так, якимось зброєю чи, скажімо, іншим. І ми вирішились, але ми виділили певну суму грошей тим організаціям на місцях кругом, які організовували фаундрейзи і різні івенти, де збирали кошти на допомогу Україні. І це дуже спрацювало і знайшло свій відгук, так що я дякую всім, хто це організовував, особливо на місцях з волонтерам, тому що вони багато часу свого потратили, в той же час допомагаючи нашій батьківщині, а також рекламуючи нашу фінансову установу. Дякую вам за це. Приємно бачити сьогодні 70-річний ювілей і приємно бачити тих. Моя сусідка, дуже приємна дама, сусідка моя по обідньому столу, ми дивилися відео промоушен, і я питав, чи вона пам'ятає наш офіс на Джозеф Авеню. Я вже пам'ятаю, вона каже, звичайно, я пам'ятаю. Так що я дякую тим, хто прийшов сюди і пам'ятає ще офіс на Джозеф Авеню за їхні лоялті, за підтримку нашої фінансової організації і будучи нашим членом такі довгі роки. Дякуючи вам, завдяки вам, наша організація, я надіюсь, буде існувати і буде фінансово процвітати. Дякую всім members, дякую співголові нашого комітету про Ярославу Фетяку, бо хтось з нас мусить один говорити, два не може, бо час обмежений. Ще раз всім дякую і просимо вас бути з нами. І thank you very much to be our member, our loyalty members. Thank you, Andrei, for the great presentation and speech. Thank you. We always support organizations. Thank you, everybody, and I wish health and підтримки нашої. Я бажаю всій нашій організації і також всім вам бути з нами і надіюсь, що, як сказано в нашому селі, через 70 років, може ми знову тут зустрінемося і відсвяткуємо слідчу молодь. Дякую.
Дякую, Богдан. Пане Фетяк. Okay, тепер йдемо. Next torture is the supervisory committee. George?
No, George.
Oh, he stepped out. We have the Ukrainian American Community Foundation report coming up right now. Let's go. Dr. Abdullah.
Thank you.
Thank you. I know you've all been waiting for this moment. As the the final point of the program. So instead of reading my 7 pages of notes, I think I'll just start by thanking the only people who haven't been thanked so far. And that's our wonderful hosts, the people who made this kind of afternoon really a lot of fun for us. I just want to wrap up our presentations basically to talk a little bit about how much money the credit union and our community has invested in our humanitarian aid projects for Ukraine. We are not strong enough to be able to support through our foundation in the same way that GOTA or other larger organizations can. We should be aware that this year over $85,000 has gone out to various organizations providing direct humanitarian aid to Ukraine. A segment of that money went to Mr. Pavluk and Robert McDonough. But in addition to that, there's a list of individual donors on page 16 in my report. Additionally, one more thing, the foundation itself donates a lot of money to our common bond members. For example, the Spring Life Baptist Church in Sacramento, a group that most of the Christians here are very familiar with. Additionally, the Holy Trinity Orthodox Church in Carmel, Ohio. These people receive direct aid as a common bond through our foundation. The Tashchenko School of Ukrainian Studies here in Rochester, and other Ukrainian schools of study in different branches, Sacramento, Portland, Seattle, just to mention a few. And then in addition to all that, we also supported well over 20 different national and international groups providing direct support, humanitarian aid to Ukraine. So our foundation, even though it's small, we're able to continue to provide support through the auspices of the family. The only thing not mentioned so far are the individual scholarships that we provide. So with our eye towards the future, if you look at page 18, you'll see photographs of the 12 recipients of direct scholarship aid that we handed out this year. And then it just occurred to me when I was looking at that, on page 19, there's our future scholarship recipients in the Rukavishka Club, our midden club, as they say in English. So our foundation is engaged. We're constantly looking to improve our ability to help Ukraine, to help our membership, and to support all the credit union branches we have nationally. So a list of all these foundation members, a list of all the annual report information that you have is on those pages 16 and 17. I thank you all for your continued support, and I hope you enjoyed the afternoon. If you have any questions, I'm sure we'll be open for comments. Our president will take over. Thanks.
Thank you, Evan. In absence of our chair of the supervisory committee, I'd like to call upon Vasily Gutsuta, who's also on the supervisory committee, to give us a brief summary, to go along with the protocol that we all promised as part of the agenda.
Вітаю всіх присутніх, вітаю з ювілеєм 70 років. Хочу почитати звіт нашого наглядового комітету, це є супервайзер комітету. У вересні 2022 року управління Української федеральної трудової спілки призначило наглядовий комітет на цей рік. Управління повторно призначило 4 колишніх членів та голову комітету на наступний рік Георгія Микичка, призначено головою Ольга Ковалів, Василь Кіта, і Олегів, Ростислав Микичук. Я не прошу працювати комітет. Наглядовий комітет проводив ретельні перевірки та регулярні перевірки протягом минулого року, які показали, що кредитна спілка наразі є фінансовою, сильною та добре керованою. Обов'язки комітету з аудиту, включаючи укладання контракту з внутрішніми аудиторами для встановлення ротації аудиту, ключових сфер і подання звітів про відповідність вимогам кредитних спілки. В результаті перевірки закону про банківську таємницю та ряду інших перевірок були оцінені позитивно, як для наших внутрішніх, так і зовнішніх засобів контролю мережі та інформаційної безпеки. Процес перевірки внутрішнього аудиту тривав за графіком і надавав керівництву та раді важливі відповідно про політику та процедури, які застосовуються для забезпечення наших членів. От і звіт, дякую за увагу.
Добре, тепер ми пішли до точки, де є які питання до звітів, які ви або прочитали, або чули від BBC.
Come on.
Це тепер відкрита демократична
No, they're
дискусія.
gonna close it. Yeah, they'll close the meeting
Чи
first.
є якісь питання до дирекції, до правительства, до комітетів? Всі задоволені. Добре, я задоволений. То дуже дякую. Ми закриваємо дискусію. І тоді перед тим, що підемо до nomination report і budget, що пан Олег нам дасть, я б хотів трошки зробити з вами трivia. То значить, ми почали 70 років тому назад, так? Це був рік 1953 рік. Americans were buying homes in the suburbs, and they were also busy purchasing new cars, televisions, refrigerators. Buy now, pay later mentality became very popular. More and more workers belonged to the unions, and Americans were joining a post-war standard of living no other country could match. Unemployment was down to 2.5%, and inflation was 0.8%. Reminds me, мої батьки купили хату, так само, during that time пішли до кредитівки. Знаєте, яку та хата коштувала? 7 тисяч доларів. Beautiful. Мама ще там жила останні пару років. А тепер, ви знаєте, типу Ford коштувала? Auto Ford. Brand new Ford in 1953. $1,537. Not the Lincoln, though, which just a regular Ford. Так що було дуже інтересні часи. And the average income, people з рівня, люди заробляли на той час, приблизно $75 на тиждень, якщо мав добру роботу на union. Це виходить $2.50-2.90 на годину. Але я так само чув і від тих старших наших членів, що деякі працювали за 25 центів на годину і були вдячні мати ту роботу тих часів, наші піонери. Хліб 12 центів, молоко 50 центів, postage stamps 3 центи. Дуже інтересно. А сам, politically speaking, Joseph Stalin died that year too. Dwight Eisenhower was president, and guess who was the vice president? Richard Nixon. Okay, that's show know. The United States Department of Health, Education, and Welfare, our welfare system, began in 1953. Same time as our anniversary, huh? Huge interesting. And then more of these tidbits you can find. There was also a deadly hurricane in Texas where over 200 people died. So common that the natural disasters were there, will be there, and on and on. But anyway, we are 70 years old. Can you believe that? All right, nominating committee. I think it's handling, right? Very short and sweet.
Actually, it's not me this year.
It's not?
No, but I'll fill in.
Yeah, Kathy.
I thought it was.
This year, I was one of the nominees this year. I had Mr. Cordillo and myself and our chairs agreed to serve for 1 more year. So the nominating committee was comprised of Mr. Okorenko,
Faruchan.
still here, from the South Pentecostal Church. They put forward our candidates, myself, Mr. Cordillo, and Barbara Gutierrez. It's a long year. And it is. I'm going to have this year's job, so I know. Yeah. And we got flags for 22. For 23, we're talking about. For 23. Right, I'm sorry, yeah. excuse me. Right, so this year was, Anthony Sanko and Mr. Sakachichu who were nominated. Sorry. So this year, the nominating committee was comprised of myself, Mr. Faruqin, and Mr. Razul, both from Mr. Faruqin from here and from the Southern Pentecostal Church. We put forward the nominations for 2 candidates, and both were accepted, and they're serving on the board to continue. Sorry, I missed the nomination report, so I did not go to the results. But that's how it is for this year. Anyone? Yeah, we have, every year, the nominations committee provides direct input to the board for continued candidates. But in addition to that, every year, members are allowed to put forward their own candidates. No candidates came forward from the membership for this year. The closing date is usually 90 days before the annual meeting. So there were no candidates from the membership this year, and the board continues to serve with the same function they had for the whole year. So that's thank you.
А тепер почуємо від нашого CEO наш budget for next year.
The budget is on page 9, it's part of our income statement. The board met at the end of 2022 and created the budget for 2023. The budget includes interest income of $13,258,652. Interest expense is $2,336,239. This number is likely to change as you know inflation is going up, and pretty good rates in CDs now, 5.25, so if you add an extra 1 week to continuing. So this indicator will likely change for 2023, and this will change our budget as well. So the board is revising the budget as necessary to make sure that we are keeping track of these changes. Non-interest income, we plan to earn $2,276,744. Non-interest expense is planned to be $10,702,618, with a net income of $2,496,539. Again, based on the inflation, these numbers are subject to change.
Oh, they probably won't change it. Everybody takes the money out of the mattress and gets 5.5% at the credit union. Really? Nobody gives you more than that. We don't think. Anyway, I think I broke the record. We're almost done with the meeting. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting? All seconded by Mr. Babiu. All in favor? Aye. Дуже вам дякую. Щасливенько, майте добрий rest of the week. Stay safe, stay happy, stay well. Thank you again for coming.